Good afternoon. What a gorgeous, glorious afternoon it is. We're out on the Continental GT this afternoon. I'm going to have a little chat about it. I'm about 2,500 miles into the bike now, and I'm about to put it away for the winter because I shan't be riding this around in the with the salty roads. But I thought we'd give it a little buzz out this afternoon, and I can chat about the mods I've done to it, how it performs with those mods on, the difference in performance, and yeah, just enjoy a little bit of the scenery. Yeah, so chat about the bike and the modifications I've done. The first off, I bought a Tech Bike 2-in-1 Stinger system for it, which is quite a common exhaust system for this bike. It's quite popular. It works. You get a fair bit more torque and mid-range from the 2-in-1 system. It's a lot lighter. I think the whole system weighs probably as much as one blooming silencer on the original, exhaust system. Yeah, so the 2-in-1 system. I've also to back that up a DNA free flow filter. The standard ECU on these bikes will adapt to the 2-in-1 and the free flow filter. So that's initially what I did. Then as a safety precaution, I thought, well, I'll buy a fuel X for it as well. Now that's like a power commander, not quite as complex as a power commander, but it interferes with your fueling. I think it richens the bike up a bit more. Not to the point where you're using more fuel. The engine's just running more efficiently and cooler. So I put the fuel X on it. And I'll tell you what, it's made a hell of a difference. The bike, it transformed the bike. It's all those three mods alone just transformed the bike. It picks up a lot quicker. It's just lovely, just a lovely bike to ride. Also, I've invested in a set of YSS fork springs, dampers, and also there's some caps so you can preload the springs. Again, a common modification for these bikes, because I'll be honest with you, the suspension's adequate but not the best. So I found the front was a little bit choppy. So yeah, so that's the YSS kit put on there. Again, a world of difference. I'm still running the standard rear shocks, but I will be swapping those out for some Hagen units next year. So yeah, I'll put a little USB charging pod on there as well, so I can connect my cameras and stuff, because this bike doesn't come with a USB point. The only thing it does come with, you've got a one button which is your trip, so it's quite refreshing really not to have too much tech on it. The only slight problem I've got, and this is regarding the fuel X, is this being a Euro 5 bike, it's thrown a light. The ECU light's illuminated. Now I spoke to Hitchcock's about it, that's who I bought the fuel X off, and they basically said they hadn't heard of it, but when I spoke to my dealership, Bike Treads, they said, oh yeah, if you've got a Euro 5 that will throw a light. Euro 4s don't apparently, but the Euro 5's got some sort of fail-safe thing in the ECU, like a backup system, and the ECU will tell you that something's not right, even though it is right theoretically, because the engine's running better than it ever did, to the right sort of parameters. But anyway, I'm waiting to see if there's a fix for this. If there's some sort of combination of switching it on and off that'll get the light to go out. I'm not sure, but all in all, like I say, apart from the ECU light being illuminated, I'm as pleased as punch with the bike. Absolutely fantastic, and I love riding it. You can just flick these things all over the place. My analogy of this bike, you can have as much fun on one of these. They're enduring motorcycles. You can have as much fun on one of these at like what you call reasonable speeds, still getting up to 80 on the little A and B roads. But you can have as much fun on one of these as you can on your KTMs, and I've owned a 1290, and this is just as much fun to ride as that 1290. Obviously you're not going as quick, but you don't really want to be, do you? Not KTM speeds. But yeah, it's out of all the bikes I've owned or own, I can honestly say that this is the one that pulls my heartstrings. I really love it. Whether it's because it's taken me back to when I was a kid and used to ride what I call the proper motorbikes, the 650s, 750s. They were big bikes back then, and they were putting around about 50, 55 brake, which was the norm. Your Triumphs, your Nortons, you might get 60 brake, 65 brake perhaps. But all the twins, I'm talking about twins, we're all around about those figures. Now this sort of flicks you right back there, takes you right back to those times. But this bike was, when I bought it, it was, I think it's 47 horsepower, so it was A2 compliant. Like I say, it was fine. I liked it, but as you do, you got to play with them, and I thought, well, that engine, that engine's obviously not working within its. How it was designed to work, because it's strangled by all this, the catalytic converters and everything. So anyway, we've come out of Avebury, and we're now on our way to Devizes. This is a quick road, so we've got to be a little bit careful with it. And of course we've got the police headquarters in Devizes, so you never know what's going on down this road. I'll be a bit careful. Some gallops over there. I'm waiting to get this on the there we go, there's a good example that I could have overtook there, and that post office van pulled straight in front of that lorry. That'd have been a double whammy, wouldn't it? There's the old Bridge Inn, the Canal Pub. Yeah, this is these are the sort of roads this old Enfield's built for. I mean, it'll whiz along the motorway, no problem at 90 mile an hour, all day long. But true calf race style tradition. This is what this bike's aimed at. These sort of roads. The running gear, like I say, on this, the forks, the suspension are a little bit cheap, but you can fix them. Yeah, I'm going to put some Hagens on the back of this. I haven't done the rear shocks yet. Like I say, I'll put the YSS in the front, and they made a hell of a difference. The springs, a spring kit, and you've got some preload. You can preload them on these fork tops, but I've still got running the standard rear shocks, but I will put some Hagens. I'll go to Hagens, and I've used Hagens before on some of my older bikes, and they're fine. The brakes are fine. The brakes are brilliant as far as I'm concerned. I've not got an issue with them. Single disc on the front, single disc on the back, obviously. Yeah, you know, all this gayness involved in modern brakes, where you're supposed to pull them up on their nose with your little finger. These brakes work just fine, absolutely fine, if you squeeze them hard enough. And that's what we used to do in it back in the day. You squeeze, the harder you squeeze the lever, the easier the bike would pull up. Here's a nice corner here. Bank it over. And you could even flip around that manhole cover like I just did. What a beautiful part of the country. Anyway, here we go. You have to ride these. Hey! You have to ride them. Right, I'm getting cold now, so I reckon we're gonna poke our nose into the barge, the pub, the barge. Well, here I am at the barge in Honey Street. And there it is. I've got the old Enfield just parked up on the corner here. With some of the boats. This is quintessentially English, this is. And there's your boats, and there's a canal. Just
across the canal there, there's where the breakfast crew go. There's the Honey Street Cafe. Just over there, I believe. But yeah. So there you go, life in the slow lane.
See the treetops blowing in the wind in the morning as it becomes light. Still dark and I am looking for a friend to free me of hindsight. Winter wind gives me a thrill, howling through the camellias. Winter wind gives me a thrill, howling over the hill. Dusting of snow on the sidewalk, a song from the bells in the square. I take a stroll down to the center of town, and I dance as the snowflakes dust my hair. Winter wind gives me a thrill, howling through the camellias. Winter wind gives me a thrill, howling over the hill. Dark days of winter, camellias in bloom. You've been gone so long, I keep looking round for you. December's dulled up, hung in a tune, calling out, let's take a rest. Go find a pair of loving arms till spring blows in from the west. Winter wind gives me a thrill, howling through the camellias. Winter wind gives me a thrill.
Sounds nice, this whole thing. Right then, let's head home. Hopefully get this film edited and up for later on. It's Friday, so if I can get that up for Friday evening or 4 o'clock Friday, that'd be brilliant. But who knows? Look at this thing. Look at that, say. So what they got? They got an old Honda. There's a whole Honda 250 single up there, RS 250, I do believe, of sorts. But wonder how much diesel this thing uses. It must cost a fortune to run. Okay. Goodbye, Knapp Hill and Vale of Pewsey. It's clouding over now, the temperature's going to drop. My hand is going to get cold. River Kennet, there we go, there it is, Sacred River. We're just about to join the A4 in a minute. Back through my beloved Avebury. Those cottages up there, That last cottage belonged to Terry Dobney, God rest him. And he was a druid. He was the keeper of the stones at Avebury. Passed away a couple of years ago now. Big bike procession or big bike cortege at his funeral. Right, the Continental GT just about to enter the avenue at Avebury. There's the avenue. An avenue of stones that leads into Avebury Circle. Avebury Stone Circle. We've lost the sun now. There we go. We're back in Pigtown now, almost home. It's been a great afternoon. I've been really lucky. The weather's been fantastic. It's been an absolute joy to ride this bike. Like I say, I'd recommend one of these to anybody. And you can get them in all, you know, this engine, you can get it in all the different styles and different platforms. So, brilliant motorcycle. So I'd just like to thank you all for sticking with me, and for those of you that haven't subscribed or watching this, it'd be really handy if you could subscribe, help the channel out. It doesn't cost you any money. I'm trying to grow the channel a little bit. I'm never going to be massive, I don't think, but you know, it's an interest. So yeah, if you do that for me, then I'm off to Bike Treads now for a coffee. Look, I've gone into automatic mode, and it's just like I can smell the coffee machine. So yeah, I will see you on the next one. Coffee. There it is, the coffee machine.